In previous modules, we've seen many ways to conserve energy, save money, and budget for the future. But things don't always go as planned. Sometimes a financial setback, like the loss of a job or a large medical bill, can become a major problem. During financial emergencies, it may be impossible to make ends meet without some temporary help. In this module, we'll see what services may be available to you and how you can contact these services. As we begin, we find a young woman trying to find some help for her family.
Have a seat. Tell me, how can I help you today?
I fell behind on paying my bills when my hours at work got reduced. My grandmother, my children, and I moved in to share the expenses, and since my paychecks have been lower, the cost of moving, I fell behind on all my bills, especially my utility bill, and I fear I'm facing a disconnect notice.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your situation, but I'm really glad you came in today. Let's discuss some of the different resources that we have available to help you manage your energy costs. There's many resources in our community that we can access when needed. If you're looking for referrals to services or looking for information on a particular issue, you can call 211, or you can access it on the internet at www.ne211.org. Now, this service is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most counties have 211 access, but if yours doesn't, you can still reach the call center by calling 402-444-6666. So tell me, do you think you're going to have trouble making your utility payments?
Well, I'm on a very limited income, and it's hard for me to pay the utility bills, especially with the high heating and cooling bills during each season.
Let's discuss places you can go to for help with your utility payments. First, you should contact your local utility if you think you're going to have a problem making a payment. Don't wait until you are about to be disconnected. If you have a current disconnect notice, ask about payment arrangements. Also ask if they have a level payment plan available. Next, you should contact the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. They have many services available to help families in need. Now, one of those services is the Nebraska Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. LIHEAP helps people with limited incomes offset the cost of heating and cooling their homes. Eligibility is based on a household's resources and income, so check with your local office for current income levels. To apply for LIHEAP and many other programs, go to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services website and click on the Access Nebraska button. The Access Nebraska section of their website is where you're going to find forms you'll need to apply for these programs. Now, if you don't have access to a computer, contact your local Health and Human Services office. They have forms available. There are also other resources that you may want to look at. For example, many utility companies across the state sponsor assistance programs which are administered by local agencies, such as the Salvation Army and the American Red Cross. Also, if you're a member of a church or know of a church in your area, you may ask if they offer assistance. Most have some funds available to help those in the community, but those funds may be limited. You can also contact the local community action agency or other charitable agencies to see if there are energy assistance dollars available. Just remember, the utility company or the other agencies that may be assisting you want to see that you're making every attempt to put some money towards your bill each month. So, do you have any other questions about utility assistance?
I have my grandmother living with me, and all we could afford to rent was an older house that's really cold in the winter. What can I do to help keep it warmer?
Now, if your home or apartment is not weatherized, weatherization can help you reduce your energy bill by making your home more energy efficient. If you rent, make sure you talk to your landlord first. If you own your own home, there are 9 nonprofit organizations across Nebraska that provide weatherization services. These organizations are responsible for establishing eligibility, performing an energy audit on the residents, and scheduling the weatherization work. But please remember, weatherization services can only be provided if the state has funding available.
Are there other programs we can contact for resources for seniors?
There are. 211 and the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services have additional resources for seniors. If you want, you can also help your grandmother contact your local senior center for more information. Something else we may want to think about is subsidized housing. Do you think you may be eligible?
I don't know. How would I find out? Would senior housing be available for my grandmother?
You'll need to contact your local housing authority and apply for housing assistance. You'll be placed on a waiting list, so make sure to contact other agencies to assist you until your name comes to the top of the list. There may be senior housing available if your grandmother wants her own place. If you get behind on your rent, contact the local community action agency, local churches, and check with 211 to see if there's additional emergency assistance funds available. Remember that while they may be able to help you with a portion of the rent, you'll still need to come up with some on your own.
Thank you so much for all your help, Scott. I really got a lot of information.
Before you go, I want you to remember, to avoid problems like this in the future, it's important to create and stick to a budget each month. Also, work closely with your local utility provider to work out payment plans and to ask about level payment plan options. Remember, 211 is a great resource. And don't forget to take advantage of outreach efforts available in your community that help you learn more about using energy wisely.
This is the end of Module 5. The video will now pause and give you time to complete the evaluation form, which will help us understand which topics you found useful and which topics we need to improve. When you're done, be sure to return all the completed forms to your facilitator. If you'd like to continue to Module 6, you can do so by clicking Continue. If you're finished for today, you can stop the DVD at any time.